It's been a while since we heard anything about Season 6, and while this latest interview with Thomas Ostrak and Sebastian Thibodeau doesn't give away any actual spoilers, it does reveal some vague info about the upcoming season and projects. Welcome back to Jeffrey Talks, I'm Jeff and today we're going to talk Miraculous. But before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe, like and share buttons for more Miraculous news. To begin with, we're going to divide the info into three main topics: Season 6, the upcoming projects and other info. Samg won't be working on Season 6 anymore. The production is becoming fully French. I know this might sound sad, but I think it's for the best. With the production being fully French, we can be sure they'll have more control over it and be able to control the releases too. And with them moving to Unreal Engine 5, they can now do real-time production and make quick changes. Dwarf Animation has already done some amazing content, and their animation is iconic. The fandom is already familiar with one of their projects, the Miraculous movie. It is a great animation masterpiece. Don't judge the season by what we saw at the Annecy Festival. It's still work in progress, and we have to give them time before we judge. Moving on, the writers have said that they're still discussing whether to change the opening of Season 6 musically. I hope they do, because it would be ridiculous to say, but there's something about me that no one knows yet, when too many people know Marinette's secret. Next up, the writers believe that Season 6 can be considered as Season 1. This means they're going back to the previous format, episodic episodes. However, I may have to remind you that Seasons 2, 3, 4, and even more than half of Season 5 are considered episodic. What the writers mean is that each episode can be watched on its own without any confusion. What they mean by a Season 1 is that it's the start of a new arc of the story that can be considered as its own show. Finally, the writers talked about Cerise. She is a villain without a costume, a villain all the time. There's a reason for that, but it won't be revealed to us yet. They have already told us, but we haven't noticed. This brought me back to all the scenes about Lila, and the only thing I could say is that I didn't find it. But she's definitely not doing it for attention. She's not like Chloe Bourgeois. About the upcoming seasons, Thomas Ostrak did confirm that he has ideas that could go on to 12 seasons. He's already got the idea for how to start and finish Season 7, 8, and 9. As long as the screenwriters are not exhausted and the story is not going in circles, they will continue. This reminds me of My Little Pony. The show made it into 9 seasons, but it only made it that far due to them introducing new villains and concepts every season. If Miraculous wants to do something similar, I'd be up for it. But having the same villain over and over again would get boring for us viewers. The writers also said that they're writing for the whole family, from the youngest to adults, even though some TV channels say that the show is for 6 to 8 years old. They're letting the show grow with its fans, which is great to see. I know there are changes coming up in the next season, and I really hope the new writers know what they're doing and that the show won't flop. The last bit of news they discussed was the live-action remake of the show. Thomas said there's a meeting coming up to discuss the concept that's already been written. Regarding this piece of news, I'm a bit confused. There are so many options to consider, such as the spin-off series, more Miraculous worlds, and even the Secrets shorts were fun to do. However, going to live action isn't always the best idea. I hope they focus on other projects like the cancelled ones rather than this. This wraps up our news and discussion video about the interview of Thomas and Sebastian. I'm really looking forward to the next season and hope we get more news in the coming weeks. What are your thoughts and theories about the news? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you soon.